Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about BNB. Recently, very many requests about BNB. I guess it is about making sure to get back into cryptos that are a bit more safer, potentially, yeah. I mean, BNB is a crypto that hasn't dropped that much compared to many others. It is one that pretty much is sort of aligned with Ethereum, I would say, close to Ethereum in terms of how much it dropped. Not as much as many other cryptocurrencies. We can see that just purely by looking at the Fibonacci retracement levels. We haven't even reached the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement level after BNB made a wave 1 here. That was back in the bull run 21. Then we moved down in a corrective wave A, B, C, yeah, and this C wave will complete a wave 2. So a wave 2 typically comes down into this area between the 78.6 and the 88.7% Fibonacci level. The younger the asset, the more likely it is to get actually into that area, yeah, because the more volatile it is. I would be quite happy for BNB not necessarily to get into it, because in line with Ethereum, BNB has quite a high market cap, yeah, but it would still be the ideal target for it. Yeah, I don't, for example, expect Bitcoin necessarily to reach its 78.6% level. That is, I think, if I remember correctly, for Bitcoin around 17,500 US dollars, but it's not impossible. So yeah, BNB holding quite well, but also I think it made actually a lower low here recently compared to that low of the wave A, very slightly lower here in May 22, very slightly lower compared to the low in May 21. Quite funny though to see that we are pretty much exactly back at the same price level that we were looking at exactly 1 year ago. Well, 1 year ago this channel didn't even exist, but in June it will actually get 12 months old. So it's fantastic. And again, while talking about that, thanks again for all of your support. So we obviously dropped here below this 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level. You can see that here at 275 US dollars. That is the most relevant Fibonacci retracement level. This has provided support so far, but we did break it, and I think yeah, one day we were actually below it. So a hammer pattern, a reversal pattern, bullish engulfing one, and we've continued since then an uptrend, but overall we're not yet making higher highs. And in line with what I would expect for other cryptos, I do expect another move down. I think this one here was just a corrective wave 4 that might already be complete. Maybe not. Yeah, this is hard to say. I think we have a little bit more upside potential, but it is now fairly limited, and at any point in time we could get into this final sell-off wave. What is important? What are the levels that are important here for BNB? So to the upside, we've got here that level, which is the 50% Fibonacci retracement level at 355 US dollars. So you can see how relevant that level is. We had a lot of support here recently in 2022, 1, 2, 3 touch points, and the fourth time it was actually broken, and we moved down one step on the ladder to the 61.8% Fib level at $274. And you can see how relevant, again, how relevant these Fibonacci retracement levels are. You have support here, you have support here, actually throughout. Yeah, here again you have resistance here at this Fib level, you have support here at the 61.8. So there's various areas here where the price has reacted significantly to these Fibonacci retracement and support levels, and therefore support and resistance levels, and therefore this can give us a good indication that these fibs are actually highly relevant, and they can give us going forward, they will help us to identify support and resistance levels, because the price is respecting these. Okay, so in any move up now, I think it is possible to reach $350. That is the 50% Fib retracement, but overall I don't think we have seen the low yet. As I said, the ideal level here would be the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement level that is actually at 155 US dollars. And if we zoom in a little bit, looking in the more immediate short term, to the 4-hour chart, yeah, let's take a look at the 4-hour chart just to get an understanding of what the price is doing. There you go. Took a bit time, but if I move that lower here now, we can see that in line with many other cryptos, we are currently just consolidating. after a strong move down. You could call that a bearish flag. We can identify definitely a trend line here. We can identify so this possibly as a triangle. That is one possibility, and in that triangle we are now exactly in the apex. Another way of looking at it would be from a perspective of an ascending wedge. This is what we can see across various crypto charts at the moment, just sort of a bear flag. So you have your flagpole here coming down, you've got your triangle here or your wedge, with two ascending trend lines converging. You're in the apex. That is quite typical for a wave 4. As you can see here, wave 4 still labeled, possibly already reached the high here, and we might already be in the first wave or in the fifth wave down now, but it is too unclear yet. We need to wait for a clearer signal of the market. We can still extend the wave 4 further, that is not a problem, possibly all the way to the previous swing high here at $334, or maybe even $358. This is the 50% fib retracement. And that is just what we need to see. It depends on which side of the wedge the price now breaks out. And because we have this pattern across various cryptos at the moment, it doesn't matter which chart you're looking at. For some smaller cryptos it might make a difference, but I've taken a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano today, BNB. They all move in the same pattern, and it is now also the same wave count. They moved in slightly different waves before, or it seemed to be like that, but at the moment they're all aligned here with their immediate short-term wave count. Quite interesting actually, because they sort of all align a little bit towards Bitcoin at the moment. Even though, and I have to say that as well, even though the retracements and the support and resistances for all of these are different, because for example Ethereum in percent has retraced far less, for example, than Cardano and Solana, for example, and other smaller cryptos have retraced much more. So it's not that they all follow Bitcoin, because they still have very, very different retracement levels at the moment. And as you also know, Harmony One, Phantom and so on, for a long time they moved completely different to Bitcoin, Terra Luna as well, but they have all aligned. Well, Terra Luna is a bit loonish, so bearish is fine, loonish is not good. We don't want to get loonish. So BNB, so here support and resistance in this wedge, highly relevant for the further outcome, and we just need to have a bit of patience. It's a bit of a quiet day in terms of crypto, which is good after the impulsiveness of the last few days and weeks. Good to have a bit of space to breathe again, but I'm sure very soon we are going to see here another breakout, and this is the time to prepare for it, maybe to look at your portfolios, to rethink your strategy and so on, and to wait for a breakout, because at the moment the whole market is sort of waiting for that move, and probably Bitcoin will give the trigger. So hopefully you liked the update about BNB. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership and maybe even the trading course I'm currently publishing or offering on morecryptoonline.com. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.